In this Indiana Jones and the Great Circle news update video, I will be sharing with you a brand new gameplay clip and some new details about the game, following its reveal this week. Before we do take a look at everything though, make sure you do subscribe to this channel so you won't miss any future news updates on this game. So firstly, I did see quite a few people ask, will there be any other enemies in the game other than Nazis, because they felt that they wanted more variety, because it's what we typically see in Indiana Jones piece of media. However, I have some good news, because if you look in the trailer, you can actually see a gameplay segment where Indy is jumping between Japanese fighter planes. This is a playable segment, so to what extent the Japanese army will be an enemy within the game, we don't know, but at least there is something here. We also have some other confirmed bits of info, and we now know the game has HDR support on both Xbox and PC. It is also age rated to be 16 plus in Europe. There is no US age rating yet, however, the Xbox store lists it as likely teen. The game will also support 14 languages. There is not full support for all 14 languages, but you can see here what sort of support the game will have for the various 14 languages. I have also had a lot of people ask if there are any PC system requirements available at this moment in time, and there are not, except for the fact that you need Windows 10 and 64-bit CPU. We'll be getting system requirements later on this year. Let's now take a look at the new gameplay clip that I mentioned at the start of this video. So it's very short, but this was posted by Bethesda today on their social media accounts. It shows off stealth within the game, so you can see here Indy in third-person view, hanging from the ceiling, using his whip. It demonstrates you will be able to do this sort of stealth stuff within the game. You can see that we're in quite an interesting location. It's a grand location. There are a lot of expensive stuff, from statues to paintings, even the light. And there is an NPC below Indy walking, and he has not noticed him yet. So I really do like this. This is really awesome to see in action. I am looking forward to how we are going to be able to be very stealthy in this game to avoid detection. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below what you think to this, and this is one of the situations where third person makes more sense than first person. I also wanted to share the screenshots that did come out with the gameplay trailer, because I haven't really seen as many people talk about these screenshots. Yes, some of the shots are very similar to what we got in the gameplay trailer, but they also do show more detail because it's not in motion. You can really see far more detail in these images, which is just great. I really do appreciate all of the little bits of detail they've put into this game. You can really tell there is just a lot of stuff on screen, which makes it more immersive. It has also been reported today that Microsoft are tracking some records in terms of positive sentiment around the game. So companies like Microsoft and such will use metrics and things internally to judge sort of the sentiment around game announcements and things like that. Yes, there has been quite some negativity regarding this game, but also there has been some exceptional positivity. It's not really mixed, it's just more that there's some harsh criticism that it's not third person, whereas most people are very excited for the game. And supposedly, according to Jez Corden, who is a reliable insider when it comes to Xbox and Microsoft, the company are tracking some real high sentiment when it comes to positivity for the game. Let's now move on to some official information in regards to the game's story and some gameplay. This is coming from two interviews that were conducted with Machine Games, one via Lucasfilm.com and another with Entertainment Weekly. So Machine Games' co-founder and the lead designer on this game has talked about Troy Baker playing Indiana Jones in this game. I've seen quite a few people complain, but just listen to what has to be said. So Troy apparently really brings the Indiana charm and sense of humour in such a good way in this game. He's also a very big Indiana Jones fan, so he's very invested in the Great Circle. In terms of where Indy is in his life during the game, he is separated from Marion and he's sort of lost again after that. He is adrift, that is what Machine Games say. As for other characters, we learn the names and who they are played by. So this guy here is called Locus, and he is voiced by Candyman and Marvel's Spider-Man 2-star Tony Todd. Whereas the main villain, Emmerich Voss, is played by Marios Gavrilis, who voiced Bruce Wayne in the German voice dub for Gotham Knights. Just like Indy, Voss has the same focus, and he's trying to find the major mysteries and all of those things that are unknown to the rest of the world. That's a big part of what's driving him. So when it comes to that obsession, him and Indy are apparently quite alike, and there is a key element here that makes it a very, very appealing antagonist for this game. On Indy's side, we have more information about this character, Gina Lombardi, who is voiced by Alessandra Mastronardi. According to Machine Games, Gina is an investigative journalist, and they did not want to reveal much about her yet, other than she does have a personal stake in the story, and she is also somewhat of a resistance journalist. That has been an important part of shaping the character according to Machine Games, and Gina has her own goals. Machine Games also want the Great Circle to feel like gamers are in the midst of a long-lost indie film from the 1980s. They've chosen a cinematic approach to the game, so stuntmen performed some of the action on sets in motion capture suits to make sure it's as authentic as possible. There are also elements adapted from the films. This will include the classic Indie World map graphics and new music composed by Gordy Harb. If you don't know Gordy's work, then he is famous for his fantastic Star Wars Battlefront 1, 2, Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and Squadron sounds. Going back to Troy Baker and the mocap, early in development, Troy was able to go to Machine Games to work out blocking for the motion capture performance. Machine Games say when we go through those, there's a lot of adjustments and changes, not only to the script itself, but also how we set up the scenes, how we set up the cameras. Troy is much more part of the development team than we usually see, just because he's in those blocking sessions. So that is quite good to hear, and I think that really does show that he really does care about this character. He's not just doing it because he gets to be this iconic character, but also he really does care about what Indy is like within this game. I'd love to hear your thoughts on anything I've talked about in this video, so please do let me know down in the comment section below, and if there are any news updates I will make a video, so make sure you do stay subscribed, drop a like to help support the channel, and if you did miss any of my previous videos, click on the playlist on screen right now, and I shall see you in my next video. Goodbye.